All right, so welcome back, Rose. Today we're going to tackle the passenger side headlight. Figured I'd do a short video on this. I'm not here to argue about which way's better. There's 1,000 ways to do this. 1,000 different kits available. There's vapor kits, there's sanding kits, there's clear coat kits. There's all sorts of ways to do this. This is the cheapest way possible. Simple as that. Harbor Freight kit is $12. Uses a drill. Find yourself a nice lightweight drill. Variable speed control. Don't go full throttle. You'll burn the lens. You won't ever be able to sand it out. It's terrible. Since Rose's headlight is so bad, I had to start with a much heavier grit sandpaper. So 320 is where we're going to start. Go up to 400, and then I'm going to go to 5, then 8, 3,000, polish. I'm not personally a fan of the polish, so I'm going to do what I did on this one, and I'm going to use clear coat, which they always recommend using like a high-end clear coat. Honestly, my clear coat has been sitting on my shelf for 8 years. It is whatever was available. I think it's a duplicate color. I couldn't even tell you. I don't care. Just needs to look good. The car's really not going to last much more than a year or two. Doesn't matter. It's going to last that long. That's all that matters. So, first things first, clean your headlight. Dry it off. Grab yourself some 320. Re-wet your headlight. Use water. And then start sanding. Go one direction. So what we're going to do with the 320 is we're just going to go this way until all the lines go that way. I'll show you what So you wet your headlight. I'm using that little spray bottle. Fold your piece of sandpaper into threes. Then you literally start sanding. And you do this for a long time. Mostly because whatever this product that's on this is, you need to get out. And it's going to take a while. Do it by hand, go nice and slow, and you'll be all right. Drills work great, but if you go too fast, you burn the headlight, and that doesn't come out. So we'll see in a bit. Now, while you're sanding and it starts to build up this slurry and dry out, just re-wet it. Water is adding as much as you can is fine. This is a wet, dry sandpaper. The more water, the better it is. It keeps it, clog-free type essentially. The kits also come with tape to go around all the paint. Normally, any decent car, put the tape on, put paper around it, so that way you don't actually damage the paint. Obviously, it doesn't matter much with this car, right? So you can see why I didn't really prep it out. The better you do sanding, the better the headlight comes out in the end. Take your time with it. And then when you think you're done, you're probably not, but you might be. But even on the bottom edge, there's still some left. You can see how the cracking is going different ways and the glue's still there from whatever they had on it. But what you're looking for is the sanding lines all to be going the way you were sanding. That's what you want, which is why you go one way. Now, that I'm satisfied with this, I'm not going to worry about down there. That's not going to bother me at all. I'm leaving that. What I'm going to do is now with the 400 grit, we're going to go up and down. And we're going to get out all of these lines. We're going to wait. We're going to sand all that out, and we only want to see vertical lines when we're done. This step took me right around 20 minutes to get here. So again, take your sandpaper, fold it into thirds, take your little sprayer, wet everything down. You can already see it's clearing up. And now we just go up and down. You don't have to push hard. You just got to continue to go up and down. The harder you push, the deeper the grooves. We're not trying to get grooves. We're trying to take grooves out. What we're trying to do is remove the glue. And now we're starting to polish, which is why we're going up in grit. And then when you think you're done, dry the headlight, clean it off, and inspect it. All the lines should be going up and down now. If they're not going up and down, right there, you're not done. Those will not come out as you move up in grit. They just won't. So re-wet it, continue on. Keep going until all the horizontal lines are gone. You need all of them gone. Otherwise, you'll be upset when you get into the really high-end grits where you start polishing everything and that little line stays there. So go back, re-wet it, keep sanding up and down. Now the drill's tricky. The drill's very tricky. Very light layer of water. You just kind of want to mist it. And then you got to go real slow. And I mean slow. Let me switch over here. I'm going to change that out and we'll go from there. We're going to start with the 500 grit and eventually we'll move to the 8. So here it is after the 400, slightly damp. As you can see, it's a lot cleaner. You can almost see through it. I'm going to switch hands here because I'm not great with my left hand with the drill. You don't want to go full tilt pushing in. You want to make sure you got plenty of battery life. I do not. It's all right. I have other batteries on the charger. And you just want to keep it flat. It's just nice and slow. Keep it moving. If you're not constantly moving, you're going to burn it. If you burn it, it stays there. Make sure you do not stop. And don't apply pressure, because you will dig in. So we'll see in a little bit once I get this done. When you're done with the 500 grit, it should look something like this. It's not crystal clear yet, and it won't be, because you're still at 500 grit. But it's getting there. You can see the reflector behind it. There is still vertical lines, but that's generally because this thing's spinning up and down as well. You know, it's not perfect, but it's getting there. So now you want to clean the lens. Switch to the 800. Here's what it looks like with water on it. Getting ready to clean it. You can already see a huge improvement. Yes, my water has soap in it. I was too lazy just to use soap water. And now we're going to switch to the 800. So we're remember, just light mist over this headlight. Put the 800 pad on, because these are not wet dry pads. And then sand. And get the rest of those lines out from the 500 grit. You can do all this by hand. It's easier by hand. You don't have to worry about burning the headlight. So it takes a lot more risk out of it. And it's, just takes a lot longer. But it's safer. Once you've satisfied with the 800 grit, looks a lot like this. A lot better, not perfect, a lot better. So then we take the 3000, which the kit comes with, right there, and you go over that. I'm not going to use water on the 3000 at all. This is just a buff. I might even start with the old pad and see where I get from there. Not sure yet. No, I think I'll go with the new pad. After 3000, this is what you ended up with. Still not done. Now, normally the kit will have you just rub rubbing compound on it and then tell you you're good to go. That kind of leaves it unfinished in my head because buffing compound comes off, goes away. You end up having to do this quite a bit. At this point in time, I recommend grabbing a clear coat from any parts store. The higher grade, the better. 4K stuff, 2K stuff, better. I just happen to have whatever's been floating around on my shelf for several years. I'm sure it's frozen several times. It worked pretty good on that light. I'm not going to care. So, hit it, walk away, hit it, walk away. Normally you have the car taped off for this. Again, this car doesn't matter with paint. So again, stand far back, drape it on. Make sure it's an even coat. Walk away. Just walk away. So because I gotta wait for that one to dry, we're gonna polish this one out a little bit more. So you grab the polishing compound out of there, which has a little tiny bit of grit in it, throw it on the provided little wheel, and you just kind of buff it. I've already hit it with one quick coat, one quick pass, just because I wanted to make sure it actually worked and was polishing compound. There is 3 coats of clear on this headlight, which there will be 3 coats of clear on that one when I'm done. And then we just kind of polish. So I'll show you when it's done. So without wet sanding this, even though there is a ton of orange peel, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to pick up on this or not because cameras, it didn't come out horrible. I'm not going to lie. For a $12.99 kit with 2 extra things of sandpaper at my cost was $6. 3 hours per headlight because, God forbid, these things were in any decent shape. It's not bad. When you're using the buffing wheel, still have to go slow because you don't want to burn everything. Sandpaper kits with the Harbor Freight ones, they suck. Normal wet dry sandpaper lasts, those things are terrible. Honestly, I think I would spend the more money and get the 3M kit. But for $13, you'll get the job done. That's not a bad outcome for a finished light.